bro. What did I do with my water? I don't know. Oh, it's out in my truck. What did I do with my coffee?
Shot right there, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not gonna lie.
What?
And I can see myself on the TV.
Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into the 23 Moto Podcast. Welcome in.
Welcome.
We have
everybody.
a live. Geez, why am I so bright? I feel like I'm super bright. Why are you dark and I'm bright? What is going on here?
Well, one, I'm outside a lot more, so I'm a lot more tan than you
Anyways, welcome into the 23 Moto Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody.
I am Michael. This is Robbie. We are coming at you with some theatrics.
Hey, look,
some drama.
Yeah.
What?
Look at the camera, dude. Don't look at the TV.
Oh, you know what I can do?
No, don't. I like it up there.
Look at I can do
chat.
comments. I can do chats
All right,
now.
dude. You know? Finally.
Dude, you don't have no. Okay, so guys, if you're watching this right now live, which we are live on Instagram and YouTube.
Yep, I'll go to Instagram.
We have a great show lined up for you guys. Steve Matthes is coming in. I'm going to grill him like crazy.
No, we're not.
About all of his politics, all of his antics, all of it, everything. He's getting grilled to the fullest extent.
No, he's not.
We're
gonna fanboy like crazy,
dude. It's no
Steve Matthes, dude.
No, there's no fanboying,
bro.
No.
This guy has the opportunity and enough pull to kick us out of Supercross forever.
Yeah. Okay. What? I'm not gonna I don't care. Take it.
We're gonna brown nose it the whole show.
Nope. Not going to.
I'm gonna do it.
Anyways, I don't like the way I look. I don't know why.
Well, I hate to break it to you, dude. You're kind of stuck like that for life.
I don't know. It's like I'm like super bright.
You're not, dude.
This is pretty weird, dude.
You look good, dude. I got a complete crotch shot going on.
Yeah,
maybe I should close my legs.
I know. That's why I'm like, ooh, I'm all shy. So, anyways, we crowned a champion in Hayden Deegan.
Yes, we did.
Who is an absolute freak of nature on a dirt bike.
We didn't crown him.
I did. Oh, there we go. I crowned him.
Look at mine. Looks like I actually got a thing now.
I know. I need to do that. That's actually a good idea.
I'll buy him. Send me the link.
Wait. Okay, I don't want to do that right now. So we do have Matthes coming up in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We have sadly we don't have any news
to like have a podcast on. Isn't that sad?
We don't have any news that
No, there's no news. There's no drama.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
There's no nothing, dude. Nothing.
I can name a few different things.
I don't know, man. There's nothing really going on.
The most stacked World Supercross ever.
So for real though, we have a lot to cover. Thank you, motosport.com.
Shout out.
Yoshimura.
That's right.
ETS Racing
That's
Fuel.
right, baby.
Luxon Clamps. Albeco Bags. Is that it? Factory Effects. Jeez, oh my gosh. I need to have like a label here. Factory Effects Graphics. I have codes for all of them. So if you're out there and you're looking to get discounts on that stuff, ask me for the codes. I'll send them to you. And if you're a real homie, send me a DM and I'll get you a better code. Just kidding. I wish. That'd be kind of cool.
There's only one code.
There's only one code.
Yeah.
So
don't make the people think that some people are getting better codes than the others.
All right. Do you want to just get into the Prado thing, or do you want to go to Deegan?
Let's not get into the Prado thing, dude. Let's get into, have you seen my video that I just posted about our haters?
About your haters?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there are haters.
No, they're your haters.
It was for both of us, dude.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
You see who's at the very end of that?
Gomes.
Yep.
Gomes is a hater.
He's the biggest hater out of all of them.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it, go to my Instagram, Robbie_Corley. Go look at the last video I just posted. The guy in the cowboy hat at the end, biggest hater.
Huge hater.
He's in this chat right now. I'm literally.
Is he on Instagram?
Yeah, he's putting the salute in there.
So I think I think we have to go Prado first.
Yeah, I agree.
Because and I even said it on my Instagram. I'm not posting about it anymore unless he wants to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it on the podcast.
When did you post that? Last night?
Yesterday, I think.
And then you posted something about it today.
No, I didn't.
I know you didn't.
Oh, so here's the thing. All right. What is Steezy?
Let him have
it. Prado Steezy Too Breezy is the most wildest shit since was it Stuart Reed that had beef. Okay, well,
like this
is way more drama than it with a team than I can ever remember.
Yeah, I don't know who's had this much drama. There's enough drama that literally the motor guy from Cowie is commenting on this stuff.
Yeah, and he deleted it.
Did he delete it?
Yeah.
Do you think he deleted? Okay, we'll get to that part.
So here's my thing on Prado. Okay. And this is why I have a lot of people in my DMs that are mad at me because I'm defending Prado.
Yeah.
So here's why. And it's not necessarily, I'm not defending what he is doing on the track and like cruising and all that kind of stuff. That's not my point with all of this. Okay. My point is with Prado is he's basically saying I'm giving up all the excuses for myself because he could stay at Cowie, and this is why I'm defending him. He could stay at Cowie for another 2 years and mail it in and make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right? He could. And then every single time, every bad result he gets, all that stuff, it doesn't matter. It's the bike. I hate the bike. Like all this stuff, right? He could do that. Okay. But he's deciding, okay, I think I really can win if I'm not on this bike. So get me off this bike. Let me go to KTM and ride and prove that he can win on the KTM. So if he does that, this is a win-win for every Prado hater out there. This is a win-win for you because you're going to see him either struggle or he's going to win, right? So I guess that's not a win-win for haters, but it's a win-win for a lot of people because you're going to get an answer one way or the other. You're going to get an answer of if it is the bike and he starts producing on a KTM, then it was the bike. And if he doesn't, so yeah, it is a win-win. Actually, I do have a good point on this, is if he doesn't perform on the KTM, he has no more excuses. The excuses are gone.
Yeah.
So to me is if you are a hater of him, this is the best scenario because it's like, put your money where your mouth is and go do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But at what point he's not taking any accountability for himself. He's just blaming the bike. Never once has he saying, I'm riding like crap. Part of it's me. Part of it's the bike. All he's saying is it's the bike. It's the bike. It's the bike. It's the bike. He's taking no accountability for anything. And then when there's a team working tirelessly and endlessly trying to bust their ass to make it better for you, and you're just giving up, that's pretty messed up, dude. It is. And I'm a fan of Prado too. And I am.
All I know is that dirt bikes are scary. Okay. And going as fast as these guys go, and as gnarly as these guys go with everything that they do, I don't blame them for not pushing it as hard as they can with Vial. Okay, so here's the other thing with Vial. Okay, Vial, he straight up quit. Like he straight up said, "I'm not going out and riding the bike."
Yeah,
and people are saying that Prado did the same thing. I don't understand. If Prado really didn't want to ride the bike, I would just make up an injury.
Okay, but
you know what I mean?
No, because they have to have certain things for all
What?
that for the team, right?
I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm throwing up all weekend.
What it looks like is he is trying to ride slow. He's given up. That way the team will let him go.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, no, 100% he's gone. Then exactly what he was doing worked then, right?
Yeah, and then the only thing that I will say that I don't like about this whole situation is I don't like the precedent that it's set. But I think the first person that actually did the quote unquote quitting, from what I saw with the fans, is Sexton when he left Paula. He left Paula the first round and didn't disclose that he had an injury, didn't disclose that he said he had an injury, but nobody really knew what it was. And then he just bounced for 2 months or a month and a half or whatever it was.
Okay.
So it went from him. And I feel like, and again, I will never blame a pro rider for being like, hey, I'm not comfortable. I think I'm going to get hurt. I'm not doing this.
No, that's understandable.
I get it.
That's understandable. You don't think he was comfortable enough to even go a little bit faster than that, though?
Dude, the guy got
there's been so many riders that have been out there that have not been comfortable. That would have blown him away, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And what about him in the beginning of the season talking about how much he loved the bike and he praised it and all that stuff, but now it's shit.
Hey, time changes a lot of things.
No, dude, the bike would have been probably worse in the beginning because you're just getting on it when you're the least comfortable on the bike.
Or you have more time on it now, so where you can really feel how crappy it is, right?
What did you say about my bike?
I'm not saying the Cowie is not bad.
No, it's not at all.
The Cowie is not a bad bike. I don't
buy the bullshit, dude.
And that's fine. That's totally okay.
Marshall's here.
I think no, he's not.
He's in the chat.
I think that he rode the bike and he liked it, and riding it in practice pace is way different than riding it in race pace. And then he started racing it in Supercross and was like, oh, this thing ain't that good. And then he started riding it in outdoors because that's where he's supposed to shine in. And he didn't perform there either.
Bro,
so
how are you getting passed by privateers on Cowies?
Homie, because he's cruising. Because he's not comfortable.
Think about that, dude.
It's wild. I know he's a 4-time world champion. I think it's 4 times. Like,
I call excuses.
I don't know if he goes to KTM and he performs. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
So KTM's having a shock issue.
Cody Shock? Do you see Cody Shock's new number?
No, what is it?
23.
Shut up.
I swear to God. Well, that's what he posted. He said,
how's that?
I don't know.
What Juju take then?
I don't think Juju got a career, or not a career number. I don't think he earned that number because he didn't have enough points or something.
Oh, shoot. We're going to have to ask him. Okay, so what about KTM's shock issue? So he's going to go
I'm not
there?
done. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
So say he goes there, right? And then he doesn't perform. Does he just blame it on the bike again?
No, then he has no excuses. So that's my point, is if he goes to KTM, he sucks, I'll give him a few races, right? Like Supercross, I'm not even going to put anything on him. I'm not.
No, not at all.
I'm not. Oh, Juju's 19 apparently.
Oh, okay.
So, damn, he did pretty good then.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Prado will do. I've talked to Prado off record, and so I can't say exactly what was said, but he fully expects himself to win. And he thinks he truly can win.
Yeah, as a champion. But at what point are you okay? So he really thinks that he can win, right?
I showed it to you.
That's
I showed you the message.
I'm saying that, yes. In which, as he should, as the champion that he is, he should be able to think that, right? But is he in denial by coming over here, racing the guys in motocross, and being like, I just can't compete with them? But he doesn't want to believe that or make that a reality, so he's using everything else as an excuse?
Maybe, but him riding the GPs is not who he is here. So I don't think we've seen the best Prado. I really don't.
Bro, our tracks are way more rough and beat up than they are over there.
I know.
Bigger jumps and they're faster.
I get it.
So
I understand.
At what point is he saying, does he come over here and he's like, dude, I just can't hang with the Americans, so he's using the excuses, the bike.
I don't know. I don't know what the freaking solution is. All I'm saying is that if he goes to KTM, it looks like it, everybody thinks that like he was gonna go before SMX. He is not going before SMX. I talked to Cowie. They want him there in SMX. They want him there doing all that stuff. He's not going.
That seems weird though, dude. That you would, after everything that's happening, that you'd want him to ride SMX. Maybe get another guy in there and put him in there sooner. A number 2 guy, a backup guy to chase.
No, I did ask Brock Tickle if he could race.
You know, be sick.
And he said no.
Chase Sexton and Eli Tomac on a Cowie.
No, Eli's KTM. That deal's done. They
have shock issues, dude. Probably don't want to do it.
Yeah, I know. All I'm
really,
saying is I respect the hell out of Prado to say I'm going to go there, because he has to know if he does not perform on the KTM, it's because he's not good enough. He has to know that. You have to.
I understand that, but wouldn't you respected him more if he sat there and said, "Hey, I'm having all these issues with the bike. I do not feel comfortable. I'm also not riding." Yes, he did. But I'm also not riding my best. He never once said anything about him. It just had to do with the bike only.
Well, listen, we don't admit we're wrong on a lot of things when we're the number 1 podcast in the world.
That's right.
So I kind of get it.
Comes on here and I tell him you're number 2.
Yeah. What's up? I kind of get it. I understand it. I don't know, man. Dude, the whole thing is just, I don't know. I really do not know what the solution is, any of it is. I don't know. All I can bank on is I do respect the fact that he's willing to bet on himself and let's get to 26 and just be done. You know what I mean? And just be like, all right, if you're going to do it, here you go. Here's your chance, dude. Give him the whole thing. But at what point, and this is an honest question, at what point, if you're KTM, do you say, maybe we don't want this?
Yeah. Well,
why would,
with everything that him talking about the team and bad on the team, do you want to bring that to you? Because what happens? What the hell was that?
I don't know, dude.
What was that?
I think an email or something. I don't know.
Keep going. I forgot what I was saying, dude.
At what point?
I don't remember what I was talking about.
Oh,
that stupid thing went off in my ear. What was that?
I don't know, dude. All right.
Okay,
whatever.
so as KTM, right? Say you're Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're Roger. You're like, okay, we're gonna bring Prado over here. But say it just doesn't work out for him. Is he just gonna talk bad about the team? Do you think that? I guarantee that's got to be somewhere in there, right? I'm sure they have thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
See what the Cowie's engine guy said?
Yeah, dude, that was kind of gnarly.
That was insane. I will read it for you.
Okay, find it and read it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna mess with the settings real quick.
I don't even know where it is. Gosh dang it! Should have been a little more prepared. Gomes sent it. I'll find it right now. I don't know where it is. Where's our group chat, dude?
Okay. Hey, I changed the audio.
There it is.
Apex, if you're in the comments, let me know if our audio is still good, because I changed something.
So here's what he says. Prado put out his post. Cowie's engine guy put, I call bullshit. I have never seen in my 35 years anyone give up like you. You are not a champion in my eyes. Thank you for nothing. He also put in there, also, everyone on this team worked endlessly to help you, and we did not give up like you. Sorry, but not sorry. So that says a lot, though.
Bro,
that shows there's so much more. What?
You need to chill out.
You don't tell me what to do, especially in your house.
Yeah.
That says a lot, because there's so much more behind the scenes stuff that we don't see.
Yeah.
For someone like that to come out and say something like that works for Cowie, there's more behind it than I'm not comfortable on the bike.
I totally understand. I get it. I get it does suck for the people that are working at Cowie. And that was where my last post was, is that I don't want people coming after Cowie and saying like, oh, whatever, all that stuff, because Cowie has painted himself in a picture of they don't allow their riders to go so far outside the box. Right.
That's a lot of teams.
And no, I mean, there's a lot of teams that will do anything, but Cowie is known for not doing that. And so for them to do everything that they did with Prado, and I talked to people at Cowie and they're not happy. And obviously, and rightfully so, I would do this. I would feel the exact same way if I worked at Cowie and I was like, all right, this sucks. I don't want to deal with this. Like, we done everything that we possibly could. We're getting bashed, like all that stuff. Yeah, it sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, but Prado posted pictures today. He was out at the test track. He's doing Supercross testing. Like,
on the Cowie.
yeah.
So Brian Madero, what?
I mean, he didn't show the bike, so maybe not. Maybe not.
What do you mean?
It was like from behind. I don't think you could see
Who
it.
posted the picture?
Prado did.
What gear is he wearing?
What does Brian Medeiros want?
Brian Madero said, Cowie just called. They need you to go over the contract with you.
Yeah,
They
not
want
happen.
me. I'm in.
Go for it, dude.
I will take that bike and I will put it up on the podium every time.
No, you won't.
I might not win and put it up at the podium, but when I don't qualify, I'll sneak it in there and put it up on the podium.
You are absolutely delirious. I hope you know that.
No, I'm not.
There's times where you like.
So what's up with Vial?
You make such good sense sometimes, and other times it's just like, what are you doing?
That's what my wife says all the time. So what do you think about Vial and the shock thing?
Well, hold on. So the last thing on the Prado thing is did you see how he's trying to get a full kit bike, or not kit bike, on a full works bike from Cowie, or apparently he could run a Cowie. You can, so in MX of Nations, you can run the MXGP bikes where you can run whatever you want. You don't have to have the same rules that we have here in the production rules and all that stuff. Yeah. I would love. The only problem is he won't have much time. I would love if he was able to go back to his gas and bring his gas over that he rode and won championships on, and rode that at MX of Nations. And like, bro, what if he came out and he like waxed everybody?
Like, Gomes, you're
how gnarly
like
would that be?
5'3", bro. You're the most delusional person ever.
Why would he say?
He just said Robbie is more delusional than Prado.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But that would be sick. I don't know. I truly have zero clue if Prado's going to get a full factory bike from Cowie, gas, KTM. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it because I don't know. But I would love that. And I think it would be badass. And I think it'd be hilarious if he came in and like just destroyed. So I don't know.
And what if he doesn't?
Because
it's not the same production bike as they sell here.
I know. There's so many damn questions about this that I can't get a freaking answer to. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to process it. I'm tired of it. It's like, my brain hurts from all the Prado talk. Like,
that's okay. Let's move on to Vial.
Damn. So
want to move to Vial and his fading shock.
So they are having an issue because Chase has talked about him having an issue, right? So he's also had an issue. It's obviously, I'm gonna grab my phone. Go.
It's obviously not whatever shock that they're using. What do they run?
Who? Go WP?
Is it KTM?
Yeah, KTM runs WP.
They run their stock shock?
No. They have a full kit shock.
They do, right? So have they gone back to their stock? If they're having problems with their kit?
No, so that would make it worse. So if they were trying to go back to a stock thing, it wouldn't work. Two, it wouldn't have the hold up in general. Like, and it just would not, it's not big enough. It would not work at all.
But if your shock is breaking and fading all season
but that would be going the worst opposite way.
Are you sure?
So
you're telling me off the showroom floor.
Robbie, I love you.
I'm asking you a question. No, serious question. You're telling me off the showroom floor that shock's crap?
That's not why are you twisting my words?
I'm not twisting your words. I'm just asking you a question.
No. I'm not saying it would do that. That's not.
So a stock.
You're trolling me, aren't you?
A stock off the showroom floor shock is worse than a broken and fading WP shock.
It's not broken. It's heating. There's like a
he said it was broken.
Well,
Vial said that his exact words.
There's a heat issue. It's fading. So that means that it's not holding up as well of when they're in the first part of the race as in they're in the second half of the race.
Gomes literally just put in here right now, the stock KTM shock is better than a broken and fading shock.
That's not
Gomes just said it.
That is not okay. Oh my gosh, I'm about to walk out of this podcast. There's no way in hell you can think that a stock shot. You guys are messing with me. That's bait, dude. I just fell for it, and I'm an idiot, and I'm very upset.
Gomes didn't write that in there.
This is ridiculous. I
just blame everything on Gomes.
I don't. So
what do you think the issue is with that is?
The shock?
Yeah.
I don't know, because apparently,
why would it? What would cause it to fade and break? That you can't figure out all outdoors.
I don't know.
Brian Medeiros, you're a suspension guy.
I don't know, but apparently they're not having the issue in MXGPs. So if MXGP has a fix, I know Sexton was running the little like factory trick piece that he had where it was kind of getting more air to it, and stuff like that. I don't know, to be honest with you. I really don't.
At what point do you run dual shocks?
Dude, you're an idiot.
Right?
Right.
I'm just saying. Like back in the 70s? You know what
Um,
I mean? 2 shocks are better than 1.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. So we don't need to spend too much time on this because
I know.
we have a guest waiting.
Yes, we do.
And we're going to get to the guest. And this guest is brought to you by one of our same partners, motosport.com. And that is going to be Steve Matthes, everybody.
Hey, welcome.
Steve.
His mic's muted.
Oh, wait, you're muted. Unmute. I don't think it's me.
There we go. Sorry. Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. Thanks for being here. Look, you could be, I don't know if this is like, because you don't do too many podcasts. So when I was like thinking about talking to you and everything, I was just like, is it gonna be kind of weird for you to like, because you're so used to being on my side, you know, it's like, is it kind of weird for you to kind of like sit back and like let somebody else kind of dictate and stuff like that? Like when it comes to a podcast, you've been doing this for so long.
Yeah, I feel like I don't get a lot of invites because I'm on so many damn podcasts, right? I would do more if any people ask me. I used to do DMXS back in the day. Yeah, I would do more. Those LVK guys have never asked me, which is really bullshit. But no, I mean, I just think, look, I have hours and hours to give my opinions and my thoughts. And so, like, you know, I appreciate you guys having me on, but I get it, like, why I don't get too many. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. It's, to me, I think it's interesting because you started Moto Podcast. You start, like, this is a world that we've lived in where you have created this vertical, right? And so I think you have a unique perspective when it comes to that. I have questions about other things and stuff like that, but even though you still talk about it, there's things, and you know this, when you talk to different people, different things come up each time, you know? And so when you're talking to different people, you know, my brother's being an idiot telling me that a factory shock is not as good as a stock shock. I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear that?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, no, dude. Like,
hey, when we're brothers and we control each other, it's fun. You got to make it fun.
Yeah, we make it fun. All right. So slow news day, slow news week. We don't really have too much to go over.
Yeah, this series has been nutty, man. On track, off track, like. Jet and Deegs made it kind of boring for the title chases, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Absolutely.
At what point because I'm starting to get to it and you talk way more about moto and different things, but at what point did the Prado talk become too much? Like, when did we reach like the limit of like, all right, we're just done. I'm done doing this.
I think we reached the limit a couple weeks ago, but then he tried to not qualify at Buds, and now we're back. Now we got to dive into this. You'll never convince me he didn't try to tank Bud's Creek to either get fired or to go home or I don't know. So, you know, Ironman was okay. And then I was over it, whatever. And then he tried to not qualify Bud's Creek, and now we are back on that roller coaster, man.
I know. And to me is what I've said, because I've been criticized as being a Prado defender, but I want your thoughts on this is, I think Prado saying, hey, I'm willing to bet on myself and go over here, that eliminates every single excuse he could possibly have if he doesn't perform at KTM. And to me, that is kind of endearing, I would think. Like you're like, okay, I'm willing, I'm going to go. And if I suck, I can't blame anything other than myself at that point. Do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, for sure, man. He's leaving a lot of money on the table. Like JT and I were bickering on our review pod about how much money KTM would pay him. JT's thinking it's $500K-ish. I can't see that. But yeah, for sure, he's taken a hit in pay, without a doubt, to go to KTM, to bet on himself, and that is admirable. But like, again, this Kawasaki thing, I mean, it didn't just go, you know, badly. It went horrifically. It went Titanic sinking bad. So like, and partly on him, partly because of him, mostly because of him. So yes, I agree. He deserves a little bit of props for, you know, betting on himself and going to KTM, which hasn't happened yet, but I believe it will happen. But in the end of the thing, and he's a nice guy. I've interviewed him 3 to 4 times last year, this year. He's a really nice guy. Very polite, all of that. But dude, the way he dealt with his team and spoke about his bike and team, and I know some of it's lost in translation with Europeans. They're very blunt, very direct people. You can just look at any kind of racing over there to see that. But dude, for me, look, I'm biased. I was a mechanic for a long time. I know how hard those guys work. We saw the deleted comments from Dean Gibson, Kawasaki's motor builder. That's the true feeling over there. And so I can't quite get behind painting Jorge as a sympathetic figure, because obviously those guys want to light him on fire.
Oh, I know.
You know, so I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if it's going to fracture my relationship with Prado once he jumps over to Orange Team, but I can't have it, man. I can't sit here and really defend the guy in any way.
Okay, so that leads into actually a very good question that you had about him and being about him having the relationships with he has, but being in the position that he's in, you know, and asking these questions and being critical, like how he handles.
Oh,
that,
I did. So yeah, so I had a question which I was thinking about, and so which one was it?
Basically,
so what's like the biggest challenge in covering the sport, like being honest, right? Because you put your opinions out there, and I believe that you're super honest and everything. So like, what is some of the biggest challenges in covering the sport honestly while keeping relationships intact with writers and other media outlets?
I think you have to just look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you being fair? Is this a fair criticism? Is this unfair? Do I not know things? What do I know? Who have I talked to? Is this a fair criticism? And even after you ask yourself those questions and you still say what you say or write what you write, there's people that are pissed off at you and they don't like you, and that's going to happen. So you have to be prepared for that, I think, anyways. Like if you are a media guy in this sport or any sport, and I have friends that cover the professional hockey, cover the NHL, and I've talked to them about this exact same thing. They run into this exact same thing. If you aren't prepared to have some people not like you, this isn't the gig for you. You're not doing the media right. You're not being honest and fair if you don't have some people pissed at you sometimes here and there. I really believe that. Yeah.
You can't be biased towards everybody. And you're a perfect example of that, because you give your fair share of criticism, and you give your fair share of, you know, kudos towards writers and everything as well. So that's one of my questions that I had for you, because you're super honest with it. And I love that you're very blunt about everything.
I mean, that's kind of how I am as a person, just whatever. That's the way I am. Like I bust balls all day long in group text. I get my balls busted by my friends, right? We kind of act like that a little bit day in and day out. And yeah, man, like I'm not here to be anybody's friend. You know, I'm not here to be a cool guy. I'm old. I'm maybe dorky. I'm not, those days are over for me. So I just cover the sport like a real sport. Who's performing, who's not. And if somebody's not performing, why? Talk to the mechanic, talk to the manager, talk to the gear guy, talk to their friend, you know, what's going on, and then get to the bottom of it and then offer up an opinion. And I'm not always right. Look, I'm wrong a lot, just like a lot of people, right? Like I try to give the best information and give my opinion with the knowledge that I have and being fair, and away we go. You know, I try my best. And sometimes I've had to go up to people and be like, hey man, my bad. You know, didn't get that one right. Didn't know this was happening, or didn't know that was a thing. And, you know, correctly, and then try to correct myself, you know, whenever I can. RJ and I had an incident a couple years ago. He was pissed. I said, sorry, our relationship's fine. Things like that happen. But I try my best and I try to be fair.
I have, remember my Tomac beef?
Yeah,
I had a big Tomac beef for a long time, but
it was more of a grudge.
It was a one-sided Tomac beef.
Yeah, he doesn't care about your beef for sure.
No, not at all. And I even asked him in Colorado. I was there in Colorado or Washougal. And I asked him at Washougal, and I'm like, "Do you even remember this?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I remember that day. It's a long story. I've explained it 1,000 times, but he's like, I don't remember that was you or anything." I'm like, "Dude, I've had a one-sided beef with Tomac.
You did
for like 6 months, dude, or like a year."
Yeah.
But so when you say that how you are and how you're speaking, you know, openly and transparent, I do think sometimes you are, I think not, what's the word? Like you enjoy kind of like messing with people when you have like certain thoughts and certain opinions on things. Like when we talk about fireworks or whatever, right? Like sometimes I'm like, dude, I think he just thinks it's hilarious and that people get mad at him. You know, and so like
100%. Yeah,
I
100%.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like,
All right.
like, man, like I'm a very much like, do your own thing. Whatever you want to do is cool. Leave me alone. You know, that's kind of my motto in life. And I don't, Kiefer makes a great joke all the time about how I'm a 5 emotionally. Like I just don't get too emotional either way. Right.
Right.
So he makes a lot of jokes about that. So some of that is absolutely for the radio. Some of that is absolutely exaggerating stuff and having fun and poking fun at it. I mean, listen, I really do believe that it's bullshit that fireworks go longer than an hour. Like I really do believe that. And every single July 4th,
You're an
I'm like,
American now. You're
I am. But
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you. Yeah, I passed the test. I'm in. I went for my passport this morning, actually at 7 a.m. But yeah, like I really believe that. But am I that passionate to start screaming, yelling like I do on the Pulp Show? No, I'm not. Like whatever. What am I? You know, I'm not going to stop the assholes from going till 2 a.m. There's nothing I can do. So I can't get too worked up about it. But absolutely, no, there's things that I just rant and rave about because it literally is a race tech rant, right?
Okay,
So, but I do have fun with it. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. And then, you know, you have the people that honestly aren't in on the joke and they're not.
Yeah.
They really think I'm serious and they really think like I'm that upset about chalk or fireworks or Chick-fil-A or whatever, right? But I mean, one thing I've definitely found out over the years, and I've said this on a bunch of shows and my own show too, is I can't stop and explain and worry about the dumb people. I'm going to just move forward and be sarcastic and have fun and do my thing. And if you don't get it, if you're legitimately upset, I'm not going to stop and hold your hand and be like, no, this was just for the radio show. I'm not really that mad. I'm not going to bother. I got to go. So that's kind of my philosophy. Like, hey man, that's cool. If you don't get it, I'm not going to stop and explain it to you.
Yeah, and there's just been times where I'm like, dude, I guarantee like something you said, and I'm like, no, and like I've even had buddies where I'm like, they're like, I can't believe you said this or whatever, and they like think I'm best friends with you, right? Like, because I've had a little bit of success here in the moto media world, they think like every single person is like best friends with everybody, and I'm like, no, it's not true. I'm like, I know Matthes a little bit, and that is the one thing I will say is like people can have opinions on whoever, right? You can say people hate me. People hate Swap, people hate you, people, whatever, right? I don't care if somebody tells me that they don't like you. I go off of how you treat me. There's a lot of people out there that say, oh, this person's great, but he treated me like crap. And so that's the experience that I have. When it came to you, I'm like, he's always been nice to me. You know, like, and I've always said that about Coombs and Cotter and those guys when all that drama happened. I'm like, I can only give you my experience, and my experience is they've been great to me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's how you should be, right? I think, and like nobody's perfect, right? We're all in a bad mood, or we all blow somebody off, or we all, you know, are grouchy at times. So you try to do your best, but no one's perfect. And yeah, I think if you're perfectly right, you just go off how somebody is to you, how somebody treats you, you know, and go from there.
Yeah, it's like, I think where I realize that is I love the Degans. I know that you have your opinions on them, and that's totally okay. But that goes to the point of, they have treated me so well. And so I'm like, all right, I'm here. I'm with you. You know, like you guys treat me well. I'll treat you well. I don't give a shit what anybody else says. I will always back you guys because of how you guys treat me. You know, and I think that there's a big missing link in our sport when it comes to that sometimes. You know, like they just like, oh, well, nope, it's cut and dry this way. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. I'm like, no, it's not. You know,
I mean, isn't that what we live in society in 2025, right? It's just cut and dried. Like if you're not with me, you're against me, and you're like, wait, no, I actually just really don't care. I'm not really against you. I'm not really for you. I just really don't care. But why do I got to be portrayed as someone that's like against you? But that's how we are, man. Whether it's politics, whether it's sports, whatever. It's like, it's you're for us or you're against us. And Brian likes that attitude. That's how Brian got brought up with militia and all that other shit. So he's down with that. Like sick the Deegan mob on the people that, you know, do him and his family wrong or say things the wrong way. And that's how, you know, they are. And I don't like that, but he's just following the way the world is today, really. And it's sad. I mean, I'm older, right? Like I'm older than you guys. I'm probably the oldest damn media guy out there, like just a loser still going to the races. But like, so I do get a different perspective a bit than some people. And that's where I'm at on that perspective, where I'm like, wait, can I just not be for you or against you? Can I just be Switzerland over in the corner?
No.
No, you can't. You can't.
No. And I get it. The one thing I will say though is you've had people on Pulp and all that stuff where you let people say what they want to say.
Yeah.
You don't, and I do like that. Like, people have talked about not agreeing with your politics, and you don't try and get them to stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you
yeah.
like, and so I do respect the hell out of that. And that's what I've said to a lot of people. I'm like, I don't like the politics side, but he's been good with me. You know what I mean? And like, and so I can see past that, you know, where a lot of people can't, which I think is just kind of lame.
Yeah, I mean, we used to not care. I'm old enough to remember nobody cared who the fuck you voted for. No one cared what you liked. It wasn't some sort of civil war going on between the sides, right? Like, it was just like, yeah, man, I like this guy. Cool. I like this guy. Cool. All right, let's go get a beer.
Yes,
not anymore, man. You know,
Correct.
not anymore. Now it's like, I hate your guts. And you're like, wait, what? I mean, you know, when it comes to the politics side, like, I've told so many people, like, I'm not a liberal. I just don't like Donald Trump. That doesn't mean I'm a liberal. I would vote Republican if there was a guy I thought would. Now I can vote, by the way.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
I would vote Republican if there was somebody where I'm like, that guy's a leader, man. That guy's cool. That guy sounds inspiring. I mean, they're all shady, right? Every politician's shady.
Every politician sucks.
But I would vote Republican. But like, just because I don't like the loser that's in there now, I'm a lib, and I'm the enemy. Like, wait, can I not just not like this guy? But no, you can't. You can't.
And that's perfectly fair too, because I don't know if you've publicly said that before. You know what I mean? That you would vote Republican
I don't
if
think
you
you
had a
said
guy.
I don't know if I've definitely
care.
told that to people. I've definitely said that in group text or to different people, but maybe not on the show. Yeah.
Right. So I think that was awesome of you saying that, because that changed my thoughts on, you know what I mean? Saying you're not a liberal, you would vote Republican, stuff like that. And I've been a fan of yours for a very long time, and I don't care about politics. I'm the type of person is, you do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Don't try to force me to do something. I'm not going to try to force you to do whatever you don't want to do. You know what I mean?
I'm that way too. Exactly. Like I've told RV that. I mean, look, we're in the industry where, you know, 95% of people worship the Trump and his Republicans and, you know, all the industry. So I'm definitely going to these races and having battles with Mitch Payton and Ryan Villapoto and different people.
Oh, Ryan's the best.
And I'm just like, yeah, like it's, but it's fine. Like and obviously, like, I've gotten to where I am by having opinions and people liking the opinions. They may not agree with them, like you guys or whatever, but they like them. They like to hear them. They want discussion. So I'm not really going to change. You know, I'm not going to change that. I'm going to be who I am, authentic to who I am, and right or wrong or whatever. And if you don't want to listen because I said, you know, I had a 30-second snippet on a Republican thing on a 5-hour show, then yeah, man, I guess see you later. But like, to me, I listen to podcasts all the time. Adam Carolla is one of my ones that I don't listen all the time, but I listen to Adam Carolla a lot. He is a staunch right-wing guy. And sometimes I'm listening and I'm like, good God, Carolla. The things he's accusing the left of doing is exactly what the right's doing, but he's just not talking about it. But anyways, I just listen. I just keep listening, right?
They all just, the whole politicians as a whole suck. Moving on, because people are here for Moto. Is when you started your podcast, was it always that long? Have you guys always done 5-hour episodes?
No.
How did you get to go into that long?
I don't know, but Tis Legendary and Travis Marks would like to know also. The guys that work for me. I started with Paul Lindsay in 2010. I started podcasting in 2008. DMXS guys were out. They were doing it first. I started in 2008, right after them, soon after them. And I was just doing the one-on-one interviews of current riders and past riders. And then in 2010, I got the idea of starting Pulp MX show, like a morning radio type of longer show. My first partner was Paul Lindsay. We went in on it, and Paul was adamant for an hour. And I'm like, wait, what? An hour? So we kind of talked about it. It was an hour and a half, 2 hours with him for the first 10 episodes, let's say. Short show. And then Kenny Watson came along, and it just started getting longer and longer. And I mean, honestly, I look at it like a Howard Stern show or a morning radio show. Those are 4 hours. Those are 5 hours, right? 7 in the morning to 10 or 11, 6 in the morning till 11 or whatever. So yeah, I just look at it like that. Like, they evolved to be that long. I didn't intend to be that long, but I don't know, man. Somewhere along the line, we started getting longer, and we're capped now. Like, we're definitely 5 to 10, sometimes over 10, but we're 5 hours. That's it. There's no more.
There's times where we hit an hour and a half, and I'm like, I'm done. You know,
already exhausted.
But the good thing is that you do have a lot of guests, and so it's easier to, fill that time. And I'm still new to where I get some people, but I'm still kind of figuring it out. Like Hunter Lawrence last week, I got him because I've known Jacob for a long time. Him and I have been cool. I've always treated Hunter fair. He's always been great to me. Maybe one of my favorites to talk to at the races.
Yeah, he's really smart guy. Really smart, interesting guy.
Smart. And so getting him on, it's like, okay, we went like an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. I'm like, okay, I kind of understand how this can get pushed a little bit.
You got a bunch of different topics and a bunch of different guests on the show. You go for 5 hours, and I can't even tell you. Like I said, I've listened to your show for years. My favorite show by far is the Leslie one, the Laser Gate.
Yeah,
I think that's probably everybody's favorite one, right? But I couldn't tell you how many times. Go ahead.
No, I would say so. That show melted our servers twice. At the time, we didn't have much server space, right? It was show 139, I believe. So we're at 6 something now. And yeah, we had to up our server rates. It was absolutely put us on the map as far as moto shows go. I mean, we were at a little bit of a following, but that thing. Keep in mind, Genova told me him and Tony are going to come on to clear everything up.
Right.
That was the text. Poor Kyle Cunningham. I bumped him that night because I'm like, hey, I just got this text from Genova and Alessi. I'm sorry, Kyle. We'll get you another time. And then they came on, and dude, they didn't clear anything up. It was
they didn't at all. No. It was by far one of the best shows I've ever listened to. And and I listen after you do your shows on Monday nights. Tuesday, I got my headphones in. I'm at work. I'm listening to the show. It's great. I can listen to it, throughout the whole day.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate that.
Kenny Watson on that show, I mean, he added to it. You added to it. Tony and Leslie added to it. Like, that was probably the best show I've ever heard.
I was really worried because Watson was going through some personal stuff. He was having some issues, and he was pretty much over it. I was really worried when he left the show. Well, by the end, I was ready for him to leave because he was just being a jerk off about doing the show. I was trying to pay him more money. I was trying to get him to do it. He just wasn't into it. He's going through a lot of stuff. And then so he's like, hey, I'm out. And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Like, I wasn't going to cancel the show, but I was like, okay, Watson was awesome. When Watson was on his game, it was really funny, really great. When Watson was off his game, I wanted to strangle the guy.
Yeah, it's hard.
But I started doing, okay, well, I'm just rotate co-hosts. I'll just bring different people in. And honestly, I think the show reached another new level from there, bringing in the different people, bringing in the different co-hosts. The one thing that kind of sucks is sometimes with the co-host, I got to stop and explain, oh, hey, I talked about fireworks the last week, and here's what I thought, because they're looking at me like with a blank look, like, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we don't have the continuity that we would have with a regular co-host. That's a downside of it. But honestly, the upside is more opinions, more varied of people in there of all walks of life and different things that they've done in the industry, different angles they come on from the industry. So, I think once we got the rotating co-hosts, whenever that was, I thought the show went to a new level, and I'm having a great time doing it.
Yeah.
I think Kiefer is my favorite human by far. Oh my gosh, dude. He's helped me a lot throughout everything that I've done with this and everything. But he's really good with a lot of the stuff, and he's a good addition to your show and having him on and stuff. But
yeah, he was a listener beforehand. I didn't know him at all. I knew the name, obviously. I knew he wore butt ass ugly at Cherby's gear back in the day. And I knew the name. And then a buddy of mine, a Canadian photographer at Lissamore, he's like, hey, Chris Kiefer would be a good co-host for you, and he lives in the high desert, and he listens all the time, and I know he knows you, and I'm like, oh, okay, and literally just became fast friends from there. We're in a 4-way group chat with the wives. He's a great guy. He's a way better guy than I am. Like, super nice. He'll go out of the way to help people out. He's been an awesome addition, and we get along really well. So he's been great. And then, like I said, all the different people coming in. I think it's been a really, really fun time to figure out, okay, who's coming in, what do they do in the industry, what do they think, and I'm always excited when the new person comes in. So
So speaking of the high desert and everything, you've lived in Vegas for how long, and why Vegas?
I worked at Yamaha as a mechanic, and so I lived in Anaheim, and then I quit Yamaha. I got a job with Parts Unlimited. As a rider rep. I was still doing media, or as a brand manager rep, sorry. And I was still doing media for Racer X Canada, and I was starting my podcast. I was doing small media here and there. And I really wanted to do it more. But we were trying to buy a house. My wife and I were trying to buy a house. And at that time, this was 06, middle of 06.
Anaheim,
market,
no, thank you. Yeah.
Market was crazy. I mean, we were looking in We looked at a place in Lake Elsinore that wasn't even like a real house. It was just a house on a slab, like a pre-made manufactured house, on a slab.
Yep.
And it was like 450 grand. And I'm like, wait, what? And then the realtor, I remember the realtor was like, okay, so I got approved for like 350 or something and whatever. It seemed like a ton of money at the time. And the realtor's like, okay, I found a house for you. It was built in 1908, but it's a fixer-upper. And I'm like in Riverside, and I'm like, wait. So anyways, we moved here for housing. Like I had this money, wanted to buy a house, wanted to get in the housing game, start my life. And Vegas was the closest, coolest city where I could buy like a normal 2,000 square foot nice house with a attached garage.
Sense.
So Parts Unlimited didn't care. My wife could transfer. And honestly, though, we moved up here and we were like, hey, let's just go to Vegas, get in the housing game, get some equity, live there for a few years, and move back because the industry's in SoCal, right?
Right.
And dude, we're still here. The market tanked about a year after buying the house. So we had to ride that thing out for a while. And in the meantime, we grew to love Vegas. I go to Cali 10 times a year to go dirt biking or to go visit people or whatever. It's 2.5 hours away. And then, we just love Vegas. It's hot as balls, but
It is. Yeah.
it's just so much to do in town. We really love it. We don't have kids, so concerts and great places to eat and the Sphere and it's awesome.
Don't bring Sphere talk to this. All right. No, I don't.
All right.
I've never been, but I mean, I know the affinity for the Sphere. And
it's something else. I mean, I went and saw the stupid Backstreet Boys there. Like, I don't even care about the Backstreet Boys, but I'm like, at the Sphere, I'm in. And it was good. The show was great. It was great. So anyways, so we love Vegas here, and we decided about 5 years ago, we're like, hey, what are we doing? Are we moving back? Because now is the time. We wanted to move out of the other house we were in, and we're like, now's the time. And both my wife and I were like, nope, we're good. So I think we're here.
There you go. Okay. That makes sense.
All right. Yeah. So you guys do your segment where it's like you give quick answers, right? And so
tear-offs. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have questions from Instagram. Okay. And it's you could go as long as you want, or you could go as short as you want. But I always tell the people that I'm asking these questions, go as short as you can. Because as you know, you can. There's some good questions on here, right? And so it's like, I'd rather get to as many as I can.
And just so you know, we would never hit you with some questions that you'd be like, okay, why would you ask me that? Or anything like that.
I'm about to burn you down.
No, we wouldn't.
No. Hey, listen, I do that to my guests sometimes.
Okay,
I just
never mind.
Laugh and laugh. So
No, there is a mixture, right? Obviously, with everybody. I've had dumbass questions for riders and stuff. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not asking. Chase, tell me what your shock setting is. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You know,
right? The best thing, one of the things when I started Pulp Show, I'm like, the coolest thing would be to get 6 phone lines and have fans call in to talk to riders. How cool would that be? And it is. It's also the worst thing. It can also be the worst thing because you're like, what? So some guys stay on hold for 3 hours. They just have a dumb question. I just leave them on hold.
Speaking of that, you had a voicemail from a guy named Jeff from Temecula.
Okay.
Do you remember this?
No.
Okay.
What did he say? Well, what did he say?
He basically, it was just, you made it really funny. He played it for me. But it's a guy that I work out with. And so I see him at the gym every day, and he knows I have the podcast and stuff. He goes, dude, I was on the Pulp Show. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, I was on the Pulp Show. And I can't remember who the other guest or who your other host was, but he on the voicemail, he goes, hey, it's Jeff from Temecula. And you guys went back and forth. I don't remember the question or whatever, but he's such a good dude. And that kind of made me laugh. And going back to what you said. So getting to some of the questions, BG Creations, you probably have seen some of his stuff. He does like the Plessinger edits and stuff. He does good stuff. What are your thoughts on Everts passing Stu on the pegs outside of MX of Nations?
I mean, cool. Yeah. I mean, the Euros, that is their moment. That is their moon. That is the man landing on the moon for Europeans. They absolutely they jerk off to that moment all the time. Stefan Everts was a bad dude. It was a great pass, and I mean, cool. Dude, I guess
Stu's my goat, so it hurts.
Oh yeah, no, listen, man. Stu caused Ricky and I to hate each other for like 10 years. It was because of Stu. It started because of Stu. So really? I wrote in a column that I thought Stu would break all his records, and he did not like that. And I really thought that back in the day, back in the time. So he didn't like that, but
All right, Steve Potts _ once Steve retires, have you thought about what you want to direct all your focus on?
No.
Yeah, it'd be animals.
Yeah, maybe. My wife would do it for sure. No, I think my exit strategy is to slowly, like Homer in the bushes. I'll keep it going, keep some stuff going, back off some work, and then slowly maybe not go to as many races and stuff. But I love it too much to just retire, quote unquote.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Johnny Hopper asked a question.
Oh,
okay. No. And I truly do not know what this meant, but he said, "What does carrots in the ear mean asking for a friend?"
It just means all the people that watch the YouTube kooks and believe it. They got carrots in their ears. I made that saying up a long time ago. I just was like, these guys, like, look, I've said this rant on the show, but like, if I'm a fan of motocross and supercross, I'm a huge fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs, right? Hockey team. I listen and read people that go to the games and people that write for a living and people that talk to players.
Yeah.
I don't understand in our sport. And I'm not saying listen to PulpMX. Like, maybe you hate me because I don't like Republicans, or I don't know. Listen to 23 Media. Listen to Swap. Yeah. There's 8 million media sources. Yeah. So I'm not saying this to saying that I'm the guy. But if I'm into motocross and supercross, why would I watch or listen to people who don't talk to people or don't go to the races? Yeah. That is my whole thing. But there are a segment of people that do that, and I made the joke about them having carrots in their ears, and they're just like ear fucking themselves with carrots because I don't know, and it just became a thing on the show. But I feel strongly about that, just in the sense of like, and again, it's not like I know it. I'm not saying this for me, but there's a dozen media outlets that go to the races and talk to these riders and talk to these people that have great information. Follow them, listen to their shows. Yep.
Okay, I agree with that. Cody Everett 27, is Deegs a modern day Hannah or RJ?
No, he's a modern day RC, or is RC
he's
not?
He's really very similar to Carmichael.
Yeah, he is. I'm not saying he's going to be the GOAT at all, but he rides like him. He kind of has that attitude a little bit like him, not on the podium. Ricky was always really gracious, but behind the podium, Ricky was like, F that dude. And so Deegs takes it a little further, but riding style, being better at outdoors, supercross, being shorter, not as short, but being shorter. Yeah, he's Carmichael to me.
I think we've seen a shift, and this is kind of going off the Instagram, but I've seen this, and Deegan is too. He's bulking up where he looks like bigger and more muscular, not as skinny. Chase is like that. Jet isn't as much, but like I think there's like kind of a shift in like the physique of a dirt bike rider. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen that, but it feels like we're kind of coming back to that style of like when Stu and there's like Stu was not a big guy, but like he was bigger than some of these skinny dudes are, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I haven't really noticed it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, you look at Chase and Eli are specimens, right?
Dude.
And the way they ride and the way they muscle the bike over and everything else. I love our sport because you can be Travis Preston or Carmichael and win titles. You could be Damon Huffman and weigh 130 pounds, holding a brick and win titles. Or you can be, big and bulky and be strong and win titles. So I love our sport for that.
All right. So Shears Speed is, what is the maddest you've ever got while in MX media and the most rewarding moment?
I don't remember any particular mad moments. I mean, I've definitely been pissed at things that people have said about me that aren't true or whatever, like, or a rider getting mad at me for things I didn't say, which happens a lot. Like their wife or girlfriend or man friend will tell them, hey, Matthes said this. And I'll be like, no, I didn't.
No, I didn't
say that at all. Yeah. But I don't get that mad about it. The maddest I got might've been when I was a goggle guy. I was still in the media, but I also was doing X-Brand goggle service for many years. And I was so mad at Brock Tickle at Washougal Mutter years ago. The race at Tonus got on the box, like the only race at Tonus ever did anything good on Pro Circuit. I don't know what year that was, but it was a massive mutter. He had to throw his goggles off, and then he wore a different brand for the next moto as if it was my fault. And I'm like, Brock, like 6 guys had their goggles on. Everybody tossed them. It's a massive mutter. How is it X-Brand goggles' fault or my fault? And I like Brock. We're friends today, but I was so mad that I was mad that day. Yeah.
Do you have a most rewarding moment?
Maybe the LCQ thing. maybe the LCQ thing, you know, that's really cool. We're able to give up I mean, I'm not giving them the money. I'm helping raise it though.
Yeah.
And just being able to help those guys. And like, there's a lot of guys that have pulled me aside, not all of them, but a lot of guys have pulled me aside and be like, hey man, thank you. I built a track with this money. I paid for Club MX membership with your money. I you know, bought a van with your money. You know what I mean? Things like that. Or that's pretty cool.
I kind of figured that's where it maybe would have been for you, but people do things on their own all the time, so it could be different.
I got to throw something in there that impressed me was the whole shot that you pulled the other day on Hunter Lawrence's bike. I was actually
he didn't pull the whole shot.
I didn't pull it.
No. Okay, you might not have pulled the whole shot, but I was actually impressed on your start. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty damn good.
Thank you. Yep. I wish I had a do-over on all of that. I opened my mouth and was a little too confident in that. Didn't go well. But thank you. My third start was good. The first start, I forgot to engage the get start mode on the bike, even after they told me what to do. So the first start, I forgot to do that. So that was awesome. And yeah, man, that was probably a bad idea for me. Because honestly, and again, like the people that don't like me, like, dude, my DMs filled up with like, you fat loser, you idiot.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, man,
it
was just fun. It was just the whole thing was fun. I don't care if I lost or won or lost. It was cool. You know? But,
I was in the media tent when you guys were doing that, or when it was about to happen, and somebody said, "Oh, JT hasn't ridden a bike in 3 years," and I was like, "What?" And I'm
longer than that. It was longer than that, man. Yeah.
So I had my money on JT, and then all of a sudden I heard that. I'm like, "Oh, I might switch it to Steve."
Yeah.
I'm like, I might put my money on Steve. I went up to JT. I went up to JT and I was like, "Hey, is it real? You haven't ridden in 3 years?" He goes, "I rode last week," and I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, all right.
But he rode for like 20 minutes the week of the race. So it's not like he really rode. He just did starts on his buddy's Honda.
This isn't making it better for you.
No, it's not. No. I have a lot of regrets. I asked Lars for a redo and he's not doing that. But it was fun. It was fun to do, but thank you. My third start was close. Yeah. It was awesome to do that. So cool that Honda let us do that.
You would whole shot both of us sitting on this couch.
Yeah, you'd probably.
And I do race, right? I race. Yeah. I'm 40, but I was actually impressed by it. I'm like, damn, Steve can actually, get off the gate pretty quick.
Well, a long time ago, I was pro up in Canada. I was a decent rider a long time ago.
But when's the last time you've done because you still ride and everything, but are you doing races at all?
Yeah, well, he was qualifying. He almost qualified for Loretta's. Yeah.
Yeah. I went for Loretta's this year. I got 6'6" at the regional, which sounds better than what it was. And then I raced the World Vets. I do the World Vets almost every year.
Okay.
And that's about it. Yeah. And that's about it. But
that is fun. That is a good event.
Yeah.
All right. Jeremy _Lumberjack. No, that's not the one I was going to ask. He's going to ask a Prado question, but I really don't care about that.
Yeah, forget it.
Oh man, I just had it. Where'd it go? Luke Marshall 80. Where did the Pulp name come from? Should probably know this, but I don't. Maybe some others need to know.
Yeah, so you guys are aware of Pulp Fiction, the movie, right?
Yeah, correct.
But Pulp Fiction is actually a term for a genre of like underground, sort of controversial, sort of like Pulp Fiction is what they called these comic books in the 50s. And they were usually like back then in 1950s, they had like stories about sex or drugs or whatever, and they were called Pulp Fiction. You had to buy them at like weirdo bookstores and stuff. And it was just an edgy look at life that wasn't portrayed on the newsstands like normal. So then Pulp Fiction came out and, you kind of went with that. So I started thinking like, if I'm going to start a motocross site, which back then was just like a blog site.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to be different. I'm going to tell because of my contacts and things that I knew and things that I've seen, I'm going to tell the real edgy stuff, the controversial stuff. I'm going to be Pulp MX, that's where it came from.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So AZ Squirrel 457, what is his favorite moment or race in moto history?
Oh man, that's too hard to tell. I mean, a couple things. So Osborne's Vegas championship ride. I was shaking in the press box. Osborne's a friend of mine, obviously.
Yeah.
I was shaking in the press box. I could barely tweet. I had goosebumps on both arms. It was unbelievable to be there that night. And because you could see it coming, right? You could see Joey getting caught. You could see it all coming. That was a night I'll never forget. And like I said, I was just so full of adrenaline. I can't believe what I saw. Tortelli's Glen Helen ride in 99. I was a mechanic for Ferry then, but watching Seb rip through the pack to go 1-1, and he started about mid-pack, both motos, he was doing Mach 10 down the Glen Helen hills, passing dudes. It was amazing. It was one of the best rides I've ever seen. Yeah. Those are two that come to mind, and there's a lot more. There's a lot others for sure. Ones that I've gotten given me goosebumps, where I'm like, holy smokes, man, I'm off the top of my head. That's two of them, but there's more.
Yeah. You guys didn't Ferry win the Summer Cross?
Oh yeah.
I was so mad. I was so mad at Tim Ferry, bro. Because I'm a huge McGrath fan,
right?
And literally, we grew up poor, right? And so we went to that race, and you remember that, like how sad.
I remember.
He was an MX guy.
Yeah,
I was a McGrath guy, and I was so sad I didn't see McGrath win in person.
Jeremy. Yeah, that was in the middle of the Nationals. For sure, Jeremy hadn't been taking it that seriously.
Yeah.
And he was winning, and he threw it away with like 3 laps to go, and Timmy won the race. The funny thing about that race was the promoter, the purse structure was $25K to win, 10 for second, 5 for third. But the promoter paid Jeremy $25K for show-up money, and he wasn't eligible to get first place. And the promoter was also like, well, Jeremy's going to win, so the most I have to pay out is 10 grand, right? That's what the promoter thought. So Timmy won. That threw him for a loop, because now he had to come up with $25K for Red Dog. He's already paid McGrath $25K.
Yeah.
And I remember Timmy and Brooks and all that being like, oh, dude, this will probably be a one and done event, because there wasn't many people there. Do you guys remember? There weren't many people there.
There was not a lot of people there.
No.
Yeah.
But that was a great night for me. I jumped in the Brooks made me jump in the Olympic swimming pool that was next to the stadium. And I had Timmy's goggles on my neck here after the race. He gave me a ride along the track. Like I had the checkers, like the whole deal. And then I jumped in the pool, and the goggles, when I landed, I was way high, and the goggles landed, and they ran into my nose, and in my nose, I had a bloody nose. So, dude, it was, blood everywhere, goggles on my neck. I was drowning. Yeah, it was quite a night.
That's a great story to remember, though.
So the biggest reason, and thank you again for joining, but the why I reached out to you is Jerry Robin is a dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I'm heartbroken. I was so sad when all this stuff happened, but I was able to do some fundraising. You've done a bunch of fundraising. A bunch of other people have done some, but you're still running a fundraiser. And so I want anybody that's watching this and is a supporter of 23, you have to remember, if you don't like Steve, right? If they don't like you, this is going to riders that need help. And I need people to understand that if you don't like them, who cares? I don't care if you don't like me. If I can help a rider, support it, and so I can help the rider. But you're doing more and more fundraising. Can you tell, our people that are watching how to enter, what they're doing, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I started the Privateer LCQ Challenge has been such a big hit. Thank you to the folks at Yamaha for giving me these bikes, right? And that's been such a hit. I can't believe how much money we've raised. We've raised almost 800 grand in 4 or 5 years or whatever it's been. And I just was like, look, man, the motocross community will get behind things that it believes in. I've seen it. So I started a 501c nonprofit to help injured riders. And the first one we're doing, the first prize we're doing is a YZ450 again. Thank you to Yamaha.
Ulrich is awesome.
Oh, yeah. He's an incredible guy. And so we're doing another Yamaha, and all that money goes to injured riders. And the draw is going to be after SMX. I haven't quite figured out who I'm going to help yet. And so that's one thing on the site, PulpMXGivesBack.com. The second thing is a raffle that helps Jerry out specifically. Obviously, Jerry doesn't need his bike right now. So he put up his race bike from Supercross up for auction, along with a bunch of cool accessories and things like that alongside the bike. And we're doing a separate auction for Jerry. We're going to do that at the end of SMX also, I believe. I got to double check on that. And you can win Jerry's bike and all the accessories that come with it. And 100% of that money will go to Jerry. And then the other money that we get for the other raffle, I'm going to split that up between other injured riders. But we're trying to help Jerry. He's a good dude. I feel bad for him. I know he'll make the best out of this because that's kind of his attitude, right? And so, go to PulpMXGivesBack.com and either enter the raffle for Jerry, enter the raffle for all injured riders, enter them both. That'd be great. And all the money, listen, I'm not taking any money from this. I'm giving it all to injured riders or Jerry. And I'll give you guys, I'll give you a scoop. So what I want to do is do experiences on PulpMX Gives Back. Things that you can't do if you're, If you're 23 Media, you can do this, but if you're just a fan, you can't do this. So the next one I'm doing after SMX, and the Lawrence family have agreed to this, which is super awesome. I am going to fly people in using my air miles from anywhere in the United States. They're gonna fly to Florida. They're gonna get a day to hang out at the Lawrence family farm and facility. They're gonna watch them ride. Take some video, take some photos, all of that. Thanks to Dan Truman, thanks to the Hunter, Jet, and Dazzy for helping me with this. And we're gonna put you up in a hotel. We're going to give you plane tickets, and you're going to get to hang out for a day down in Florida. And that'll be the next experience that we do in sometime before Supercross.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
That's awesome. And thank you for doing that. And thank you for doing that for Jerry. We love Jerry. I mean, it's fun. It was good to have you on the pod. It's interesting just because it's like one of those things where it's like, you want to ask good questions because it's like, well, this guy does this for a living, right? And so, but I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather just talk shop with you and all that stuff and how things come up and all that stuff. But no, it's been fun.
I mean, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. As always, the more the media that covers the race, the more selections the fans have to listen to and read, the better we're all off. The more exposure for riders and teams is great. There are guys, and some of these guys are my friends, that kind of like gatekeep a little bit, right? And like, it's tough, right? Some of the media in our sport, you just shake your head at 100%. You're like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you here and all that? But there's a lot of guys trying to do great work and that do great work. And I try to have them on my shows. You know what I mean? I try to invite them in. And I think I've had a lot of people over the years from competing media companies sit in and co-host with me. So I try not to be like that way. And so I'm happy to do your show or anybody else's. It's all good. It raises a rising tide, raises all the ships.
That's something that I've seen, like I said, over the years of watching your shows. You've had different types of people on there. You've had media guys, you've had writers, you've had managers to Anthony Armsby. That's a friend of ours from Fly Racing. You know what I mean? A bunch of different
get out
people.
of here, Fly guys. Yeah, I see your shirts.
So with and this will be my last question. With the amount of people that you've had on your show over the years, is there a top of the list person that you've never had on yet that you want to get on?
Stu.
I've reached out to Stu a couple of times. He's done the call-ins, of course. Getting him here might be hard to do. I mean, I got Chad Reed here. I had to fly him first class on Delta, but I did get him here. And then I flew Ferry coach, and I didn't tell Ferry that Chad demanded first class. So that was a great conversation to have when Chad said Matthes flew me first class. But Pastrana would be great. Travis would be great, but I think it's Stu. Yeah,
that'd be a good one. That would actually be a really, really good one. I don't think anybody's going to top the Tony Leslie one, but
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't.
What about Regal's stepdad, Kyle Regal's stepdad?
Kyle Regal's stepdad?
Yeah. Do you remember that one?
No, I don't think so.
It's unbelievable. I don't know the show number, but it's around Alessi.
Okay, I'll go look.
It's after Alessi's, and this guy, he was Kyle Regal's stepdad. And we called him Watson Days. And dude, you got to listen. It's hilarious. He's ranting and raving. We can't talk to him. We can't get a word in. I just put him on hold.
I think I remember this. Yeah.
And then Kenny and I are talking like, what do we do? He's not letting us talk.
I think I remember this.
And then we go back and he's still talking. It's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure I remember that now. I'm going to go back and listen to it tonight or tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure. So,
all right. Okay.
Well, Steve, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks for taking the time out. You know what I mean? Someone of your caliber and everything. We're just very grateful.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So this is the last work I'm doing until the Monday before SMX. So
are you going to all three?
Yeah. You? Are you?
Just Vegas. I'm just only one. Yeah. I have people that are helping me cover North Carolina or Charlotte and Missouri. And then I'm going to Vegas. So
I'm going to all three. I'm going to Charlotte, and then I'm going to stay back there that week and do my show remotely, and then ride mountain bikes with Phil and Wygant and JB and everybody. So I'm looking forward to that. It should be really fun.
You get a live show coming up.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I will let you get going, and thank you. Like I said, for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Anytime. Thanks, Steve.
All right, there you go.
All
Steve
right.
Matthes,
that was
everybody.
Good, dude.
Oh man,
You want me to change the battery in that now?
Nah, you're good. It's already not been recording.
Why? My
for
camera's
so
not good
long.
enough?
No, it's not. Well, what's funny is we're using the same camera.
I know.
So my point with Steve is that, and what I was trying to portray is that a lot of people don't like him for whatever their reason is, right? They have their assumptions and stuff like that. I was like, okay, maybe I could show his personal side a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it showed that.
And things like that. And again, he has treated me fairly, treated me nicely. I don't like certain people that he bashes and stuff like that. I don't want him to bash the Deegans as much as he does, but he's completely entitled to that, and it's totally okay. You know what I mean? And that is the beauty of doing what we do. You're able to speak your mind.
You're allowed to have your own opinion.
And so it is just one of those things where it kind of reaffirms,
right,
your opinion of people sometimes and stuff like that. And so it was just good to get a different perspective. So I hope everybody that watched that enjoyed that and understood. And for real, I don't give a crap if you're supporting me or you're supporting a competing media outlet or whatever it is. Jerry Robin needs our help, and other injured riders need our help. And it doesn't matter who's doing it. If somebody out there is doing it, go out there and support them, please. Like whatever it is, $10, $5, $100.
Do you still have a privateer shirt?
I do have the privateer shirt, but I'm not selling it right now. I sent Robin $4,000.
Right.
Nice. And then, we did the bike fundraiser, the 2-stroke fundraiser, where I split up like almost $13,000 to 4 different charities. And, and so it's something that's near and dear to my heart, my oldest son, we did fundraisers for when he was going through cancer treatments and all that stuff. And I know how hard it is. Like I spent months and months and months in the hospital and not knowing how the hell I'm going to be able to afford things and all that stuff. And so it's near and dear to my heart. So I don't care if you're supporting somebody else, just go out there and support, these charities. It's good.
Obviously, my daughter has disabilities.
Yep.
So we get medical bills. We go through a lot of physical therapy, occupational therapy, stuff like that. These bills don't cover themselves.
No,
insurance will cover, a good majority of things, but there is still a lot that insurance doesn't cover. Insurance is going to cover your mortgage. Insurance is going to cover your car payment or your cell phone, food, all that stuff. So Jerry's a really, really good guy, and him and his wife, they could use all the help in the world.
Yep.
It's a tragic freak accident, and I don't wish that upon anybody.
No.
All
right. So we have a little bit of a break because we don't start SMX until
I know, dude.
When is the first round? I still kind of want to do the pod. Might as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
When is the first round? Like September?
Bro, how are we going to
6th or
start
something?
upping these guests now? We got Hunter Lawrence on there. We've had Juju. We've had Jerry.
Dude.
We had Steve Matthes on there.
RJ, you punk, dude.
I will write. Let me say
You
this. Let me try this. RJ, I will write RJ.
You write RJ.
And see what he says.
That dude said he'd come on the pod, and I'm just giving him crap. He's not really a punk. He's a great dude.
I love RJ. That's my guy.
September 6th. Thank you, Apex. He told me that he would come on the pod. He just, the right time and all that stuff.
Well, this is the
and then all of
off-season.
a sudden he goes on Adam Cincerella's pod.
I saw that.
And I'm
see
like,
that.
And I'm like, dude,
I did see that.
Don't you realize we're the #1 podcast in the world?
Seriously,
we're more
number
important than AC and JB. Yeah.
We're
more important than them, bro. Like, come on, dude.
We are, dude. #1 podcast in the world.
What are we
We're
doing?
always trending on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Like ridiculous, man. But no,
I'll tell you what. I will write him, and I'm gonna write him just to see.
I'm gonna work on Hayden coming on the pod.
Would be sick.
Is Hayden has told me that he is willing to come on. I know Brian, like I was saying, and him and I, have a really good relationship right now. His agent and I, Ryan, we have a good relationship. Like, so I think I could get there. And what?
You know what the comments are saying?
Huh?
Get the Cowie mechanic, or not the Cowie engine builder on.
He will never. No, he got in trouble, dude. He's not coming on. I'm not talking about Prado anymore.
Yeah, you know what? Taylor Tuman.
No.
Yeah, stop with trying to get us in trouble, bro.
I'm not talking about Prado anymore. That was the last time.
One thing.
Oh my God. What?
Okay, actually, I'm not going to say it on the show. I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
All right, yeah, don't say it.
That's going to get all of us in trouble.
I trust your
judgment
yeah, I
on. If
trust
I
your
tell you I'm
judgment.
not going to say something, there's probably a reason why.
So yeah, SMX is coming up. I'm happy that they're doing it. I enjoy it because it puts more money into the riders' pockets,
Yep.
which I think is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really know exactly what will end up happening from the results. I anticipate Jet winning it. Justin Cooper has the points lead, so he's going to run the red plate, which I think is pretty damn cool. I don't know, man. I don't think I think and I've said this before, and I know that my Tomac beef is kind of settled. I don't think he's going to do much ever again. Like, I think he's kind of done.
Why would you throw that out there right now?
I just think
that was the most random thing to throw out there.
Because I was thinking about.
Did you see how stacked World Supercross is?
I was thinking about like.
Hey, okay, let's make a bet.
Why are we bringing
right
up
now?
World Supercross?
Because you said Tomac.
Yeah.
Tomac's racing World Supercross.
Okay, so is Jason Anderson, Roxon.
I'm calling Tomac to win it.
I'll take Roxon.
Let's do $10.
I'll take Roxon.
$10.
There
Cool.
we go.
All right. Got it.
Damn. I don't know. I just don't.
Said,
I don't anticipate too much coming from him down the road, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Only time will tell, dude.
Dog
You know
Lover.
what I mean?
Dog Lover 136. This was his first complete MX season since 22.
What are we talking about? Tomac? No, it's not.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, dude. He's
No,
old,
didn't he
dude.
win 22?
We all get old, bro. It sucks.
Didn't he win in 22?
Yeah, I think so.
Where's Mike Gomes at?
No, Mike Gomes, you're a hater, bro.
Yeah, he is.
You're the biggest hater in the world.
So no, we appreciate all you guys watching. I do want to kind of say one thing about the media thing. You know what I mean? There's 8,000 different outlets, all that Steve was saying in the carrot in the ear thing. I think it is great to have different media outlets and sources. I think it's different when you call yourself media. I wouldn't put someone as, okay, someone that just does filming, that he was saying that doesn't go to the races. I wouldn't necessarily call them media because they're not necessarily covering the sport by filming and, you know what I mean, journalism in a way, I guess. You know what I mean? But I think it's great to have different types of media.
Well, I
for the
will tell
sport.
you, there is a huge difference putting your opinion online and then going to the races and
100%.
having to face the people that you're talking about.
100%.
You know, and like, so like the Crooksy guy and all that stuff, like, or Cooksy, I actually did not mean to say that.
Let me split this. Oh, finish your thought.
Is he says everything that he says, and then whether he goes or not, or isn't allowed to go or whatever, like, I get it, you know, like, and it's like, oh my God, I hate clickbait stuff. And
yeah,
I get that it gets views. I could be super clickbaity,
you know,
and get a bunch of views for this podcast, but then I get like a weird toxic fan base.
Yeah, we don't want to do
and
that.
like all that stuff. And I'm like, I just don't want to do it. The people that like our show and follow me on 23 Media, follow me personally, those are my people. You know, like those are my guys.
The
like,
Walter guy?
Who?
The Walter
Goggins?
No, not Walter Goggins. What's his name? Walter something. He's the guy that he's like this older guy that he's been doing.
No,
he doesn't cover the races, but he like talks about everything now. What is his name? Walter Wanders MX. You haven't seen this guy?
No, I've heard some about his name.
Bro, this dude, and he always starts it off with this crazy alarm.
What the heck?
This freaking guy? You haven't seen it?
No.
So when Steve and people are talking about
that guy looked like the Moto World guy.
Watch one of his videos. It's no hate towards him or anything.
I've never
but
seen
when
it.
Steve and even DB and certain people talk about like, okay, what's up with this, this stuff, that I can understand. Like,
that's what he's talking about.
What's the deal, dude?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just some crazy things. Like him and Cooksy are probably linked up somehow. And you know what? Another thing is, I always knew we were going to end up in a Cooksy video. I just didn't think it'd be positive.
Dude, well, okay, so he reached out to me and asked if he could use it. And I'm like, well, one, you're going to use it anyways. Like, so even if I told him no, he takes stuff from
Fair
he
use.
hates Pulp.
Act.
He hates Pulp.
Yeah.
And Pulp hates him. And he still uses stuff from his show. So I'm like, well, he's going to use it even if I say no. So I'm like, well, yeah, go ahead. Just make sure you credit it.
Right.
You know, like I don't want him just using
and he
it.
Did.
And he did do that. And I've said it before. There are some things that Cooksy has said that I'm like, oh yeah, that's fair.
Agreed.
And then there's other things where I'm like, bro, shut up.
Yep,
you know, like
I agree.
don't say that. Like,
I agree.
Like don't be an idiot like that. You know, like, but I understand why he does it and what it causes and creates and all that stuff. I get it. You know what I mean?
Jim Phillips. You've never heard of Walty Wonder?
I've heard the name. Somebody brought it up on a show. I can't remember what it was.
There's a few different people putting in there. Walty Walkers.
Yeah, but I've never. I swear on
The old man.
everything.
Apex, but the old man.
Yeah, I
love
swear on
having the
everything.
comments up here.
Is I don't know. I didn't know who that was before that right there. And so maybe I'll check some of his stuff out. Maybe he's very level-headed. You know, and he has some really good
You
insight.
never know. So Dog Lover 136 said, yes, Tomac did win in 22. He was there, and that was his very first race as a fan. That's freaking awesome. Congratulations.
You know,
No, don't.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up next time. Yeah.
All right.
So, all right.
We're out of here.
Like I said, hold on, chill.
No.
Is shout out motosport.com, Yoshimura exhaust,
ETS Racing
Luxon
Fuel.
clamps, ETS racing fuel, factory effects graphics, Albeco bags. I mean,
Shout out Nike because I just got a brand deal with them.
bro, that'd be sick.
That'd be
I
sick,
actually
right?
I did think about, what are you doing?
Just putting my feet up on your table here. It's kind of comfy.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's here.
Yeah.
God, dude. Anyways, shout out to those guys. If you need codes for any of those companies, let me know. Besides Yoshimura, they don't have a code.
Not happening.
And ETS, I don't think they have a code either. But
Yeah,
dude,
I don't think you
chill
get it.
out with your shoes,
I don't think you can
bro.
get a code on race fuel.
I mean, it'd be
Hey,
kind
you
of
never
nice.
know. Hit up Kyle Moose.
Kyle Moose, ask for a code, and it would be FU. That's what the code would be.
Yeah, probably.
But for real, like Luxon, they get a really good discount. So if you guys need a discount on that stuff, it's in my highlights and my stories on my Instagram. But if you want to reach out to me directly, I'll send it to you there too, and all that stuff. And go support these companies and support the companies that support the podcast that you listen
Yes,
to.
please.
I'm having a lot of conversations to get that dude. Oh, it's us.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I
that.
didn't mean to do that.
I
Sorry.
thought that was that Wonder World guy. Is those companies, they've asked, like, how can I keep track of it and all that kind of stuff? How can I quantify the results, all that stuff? So go support those companies that support the podcast that you listen to.
So Gerbil Shot says,
Oh, he's a good
this
photographer.
back and forth argument is what I assume me and my brother's pod would be. Let me tell you something, Gerbil.
Shut
okay?
up. Here.
I'm the older brother here. Freaking Mike, dude.
That never gets old.
Sometimes you just have to keep your brother in check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might think he's Mr. Almighty. I am 23 Media,
Do you
blah, blah,
smell
blah. Is that
You know-
popcorn?
Dude, I don't know, but that's my sign to wrap this podcast up
Wife making
because
feud?
food
Anyways,
is being made in the kitchen.
Sometimes
right
you got to
now.
keep your brother in check.
Yeah. Jim Phillips, thank you, bro. I really appreciate it a lot. I do. And like I said,
Yeah, thanks,
every
Jim.
single person that supports us you guys have no idea how much you mean to me. You guys I don't think I have fans. I think I have friends in the industry and friends that follow and that are moto enthusiasts that I have a really good time with. So thank you for that. I truly do appreciate it.
Chocolate Aussie asks, are you guys going to Vegas? My brother
Yes.
is for sure.
You do need to go.
I would really like to go, but that might, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Sean
We'll figure it out.
Brennan.
No, that's not it. You just need to figure out if you can go.
I know.
I could probably get you a pass, but you
What's
need
the
to figure
date
out if
for
you're
it?
going. I don't know. Later September. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Later
Yeah.
September.
So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for did you hit that with your toe?
Yes, sir.
What is wrong with you, dude?
You weren't going to press the button, bro. That's the outro.
Hey, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you at the next one.